tonight we're doing something different, okay? But first off, we have Hickox and Hickox Dragon. Yep, we are going in hard on tonight's conversation. Last night we ended the show having a conversation with the chat, and today we decided, okay, let's see if we can do more of that today and hear from you guys. Meanwhile, I decided that we're going to make the call-in link available to everyone or anyone who wants to call in to have a conversation around the ideas that we're having. So Hickox and Hickox Dragon, guys, can you say hi to the chat?
Hello.
So a bunch of things have been going on, and Hickox, you said you've been going into some of these incidents happening around the world. You sent me a video from the UK, and a few other things. Now, what should I play that video, or do you want to just kind of lay the groundwork for some of the things that we might be talking about? And meanwhile, now in the chat, we have Intergalactic Wrangler in the
Hello.
chat. Hey, so if you feel like, guys, if you feel like there's something that you want us to talk about, okay, this is a buffet. Okay, send in the topics you think we should look into, and we're going to have a conversation around it real quick. But you have to be quick, okay? Don't be shy. Don't be shy in the chat. Put whatever it is you think we should talk about in the chat, and we will be right on it. So so tonight is a buffet. All right. So you guys, let's know what you think we should be talking about. But Chris, what did you have in mind?
So with that video that I with that video I sent you, it's become, and the video that we saw on the last stream that we were all together.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous how these governments. What is it?
Should I just play that video so that they
I was trying to see what Intergalactic said. I can't. I don't understand that.
Islamunism. Islam and communism. Islamunism.
Well,
basically how like the Muslim Islam religion's coming in and taking over everything and wanting to turn everything into that, which is actually kind of part of their overall plan. They actually have a full documented plan of what they want to do to take over the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was getting at was taking a look at these governments around the world, and every single one of them is heading down the exact same path. And, well, at least part of their government is heading down the exact same path. The video I showed, I'll speak on it real quick. This gentleman I've been watching, he has come to America. He lives in the UK. And he's got a summons. There we go. Thank you. He got a summons, or not. Yeah, he got a summons for not owning or having a
TV license.
TV license. A TV license for what was it? You said BBC?
Yeah,
BBC. BBC's the one that requires a license, even though
that was a horrible choice of lettering for that company, but it might fit. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead and play it, because y'all are gonna flip whenever y'all hear this. This is ridiculous.
This is what's happening in the UK right now. If you remember, a few weeks back, I received a letter about not having a TV license in the UK. I ignored that letter. This is a follow-up letter. This is real. I received this letter today. We're going to read it together. A follow-up letter. In bold writing, will you be in on the 17th of April? I don't know. Will I? Do I need to be? As there's no record of a TV license at your address, you should expect a visit from an enforcement officer. Oh. Oh, don't enforce me. Doesn't sound very enforcing. Will you be in on the 17th of April? It may be on the 17th of April, or another day you could be prosecuted. real. This is real. They're trying to scare us, but it's not working in the UK. And if no one answers, they can come back. Ah! What if they come back? Stop this happening. Buy a TV license now. No? You will have to pay a fine and go to prison. Lock me up. I ain't paying for a TV license. I ain't. This is real. This is what's happening in the UK right now. Do you know what I think to this? That's what I think to that.
What do y'all think?
Well, this is the byproduct of USAID funding getting cut off from the BBC. This is part of it. The BBC has been raising funds through the radio and TV licenses. That's how they tax the British people to fund the BBC. Now, a radio license is valid if people listen to the radio. If a TV license is valid if people watch the TV. But since everything is online, people go online right now to watch content, to get the news, and to listen to whatever it is they want to listen to. So the licenses that the BBC or the British government used to depend on to fund the BBC are now redundant. They are going to be hard put to prove or to make a case for why these licenses are still valid.
Yeah, it's essentially like the same thing that they would try and do. I mean, it would like for PBS, public broadcasting here in the United States, of trying to force us to pay for that. That's essentially kind of what they're doing. But in America, we said no, we don't care, and PBS lost all its funding, so it's no longer a public broadcasting. Now that was those like BBC and PBS and stuff like that were beneficial back in the day when you really did only have, 5 TV channels to watch your news and your cartoons or whatever or what have you. But now there's all the streaming services like Netflix and Hulu and all your HBOs and all that stuff. You can just subscribe to just those services. And, you've got your Spotify and your Apple Musics and your Pandoras and things like that. So you don't need those things anymore. So this really is becoming.
You can't use Netflix now because that was supposed to be a mobile service, but now you have to connect to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Beside the point, but I'm saying like now that they're facing the mobile era basically, because it used to be your phone was your home phone. It was connected at the house. Now you've got your cell phone. So then what happened to the landline services? They basically went non-existent.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that's happening with all of your public broadcasting, your cable networks like your direct TVs and dish networks and whatever have yous and stuff like that. Your television providers, they're going to the wayside because, well, I don't give a dang about, having, all these other like 500 freaking channels when I watch 3 of them. I can just subscribe to my 3 channels and pay for those. So this is them rebelling against basically becoming obsolete.
I was listening to something this morning, and it talked about how the British government, like literally this morning, I was listening to someone talk about how the British government is planning or trying to get YouTube to start prioritizing news and content from the BBC at the top of the feed for Britain.
Yeah.
So that's what they try to do in up north here, and I think it's happening up north to an extent because whenever I look at my feed, I always see Canadian news right there in the middle of the feed from the top feed, and then I'm like, I just skip over it and move on to something else. But they've done it here, and I think that the British government wants to do the same thing since, hey, everyone is on YouTube, so they're going to try to get YouTube to force feed their content to people who live in Britain.
And then guess what they're going to do to YouTube? They're going to be charging YouTube to get their content, to get access to their content. So it's going to be their way of fighting against, like I said, becoming obsolete and going away.
Well, it's also their way of trying to establish control. Think about it. They're wanting to make the British people pay for something that they're not even going to use, right?
Oh yeah, and I've seen
So
plenty of videos like his where they're talking about like, oh, BBC saying I didn't have their TV license, and so they're getting fined and stuff like that. There's a lot of videos like that out there.
now, what I was getting at was they're trying to establish control, right? They've already tried to establish control over Twitter, X, and I'm separating those two because whenever it was Twitter, they was trying to control it. Now that it's X, they're trying to control it. YouTube, Facebook, hell, even MySpace. Believe it or not, that's still up and running. But they're trying to establish a control over it. Why? Because they want to be able to control it. It's kind of like how North Korea is. They've got to secure your internet access. The problem with that is we have the World Wide Web. It's worldwide. It's in the name, right? And they want you to use a specific browser that they can control whenever you've got Microsoft Edge, you've got Internet Explorer, you've got a Google Chrome, you have
Chrome, Firefox.
different stuff like that. Now, noticing that the video the last time we was together was the Tampa mayor in Florida was telling citizens to vote no against dropping property taxes, right?
Yeah.
I did some digging on that, and this is how bad they are at their finances, running cities or whatnot. The Tampa mayor put out that for like a 2.0 something billion budget, right? The property taxes, if they were to lose that, can anybody take a guess on how much money that would be coming out of the 2 point something billion?
Half?
No,
Maybe $1 million.
no. Well, actually, it's more than a million. 32 million is what they would lose out on for Tampa. It's like 1.03 or 1.3% of their budget. They are literally, she is literally flipping out over losing 1.3% of the budget because
Because that's the
we want that to
1.3%
control.
of the budget they're pocketing. Duh. They're
I
cutting off
don't
my
doubt it.
paycheck.
But noticing that everywhere else, right? What was it? Uh, Shoot, I think it was over in Australia. I saw something that I had related to this, but I can't remember what it was now, and I didn't save it. I should have. But it's the same thing that's going all over. They're wanting to establish some type of control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
wanting basically like a world government, a world communism
yeah,
of controlling what everybody sees, what they eat, what they read, what they listen to. I mean, like literally everything. That's why you have those things like the World Health Organization that's saying, "Oh, you can't have all of these kind of things." Well, I work in the healthcare industry. Listen, if you want to go smoke crack and drink, a pint of liquor a day, okay, I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's really bad for you, but that's your choice to do it. So like you've got all of these, and it's that control, it's that communism of it. They're basically want to turning it into a woke North Korea, essentially
Yeah.
worldwide.
yeah.
And unfortunately, what they're really doing is they're using like the Islam Muslim religion and stuff like that because it is one of the fastest growing religions in the world. And they can play on people's, their emotions and all of that kind of stuff and their guilt to make them comply.
Well, it's also that the leftists, right? They're also seeping into other religions. I've seen it hit the Jewish religion. I've seen it hit Christianity. I mean, it's the Catholic religion, right?
Yeah.
Uh, it's constantly seeping in. I mean, look at what the Pope was talking about,
Oh
saying
my
that
God, talking about like with gays and all that kind of stuff. I was like, you do realize that in like Catholicism, that is one of the biggest freaking things. Like they have full camps to ungay people. I'm not even joking. That is definitely Catholicism. Like, oh my God, you breathed wrong on a Sunday. Go say like 7 Hail Marys. All right. Their new woke pope is just ridiculous.
Well,
Oh, it's bad enough because he's from Florida.
everyone knew that he was that way. Okay, they all knew that he was that way once he was once he ascended. You know, it turned out that everyone was right. There was something that I wanted to add to what you said about the governments, the globalists trying to control the way we think and what we hear, and that's essentially why they all hate Donald Trump, and that's why they hate Elon Musk. Elon destroyed the monopoly on content, the censorship industrial complex that they had been setting up. And once Elon bought Twitter, now X, it destroyed that monopoly on whatever it was they wanted us to hear. And that's why they hate him so much, because he broke the stranglehold that they had on information. If you said something that they didn't like, they'll take your platform, they'll take your account away from you or suppress you, which they're still doing today. Not X, but generally on Facebook, you know, and other platforms, they're doing exactly that. If you're conservative and you're saying something that they don't like, they basically kill your account. You know, recently YouTube just released a new monetization policy. It's taking effect in January. And guess what that policy says? It says that now you need to work twice as hard to get monetized. And I think it also affects what you even make even after you've gotten monetized. So here we have an already difficult landscape for creating content that was made difficult last year when they handed over the platform to Gemini. And then now it's been made infinitely more difficult. I was reading a post on one of the channels that I follow, vidIQ, and they put out a post. Let us know one of your greatest wins. And somebody wrote in the chat, said, look, dude, I know you're trying to keep engagement up, but right now this is not the time because everyone is depressed about the latest updates that YouTube put out. And last year I talked about how the algorithm had been tanked essentially, and we've talked about it on this channel, how something weird has been happening with viewership and so on, and then they come up with this, and I think in many ways it's just another backdoor way of figuring out how to raise that bar. We talked about that last week, about how in politics the bar has been raised, that essentially blocks people who should be able to run for office, but they essentially make it too painful or too expensive for regular Americans to run for office. Now, in YouTube world, they're making it more expensive for the regular guy to get in there and make content creation worth their while. Because if you continue to make content and your time and effort isn't justified by money made from the platform, you basically stop doing that and you go somewhere else and, try to, pay your bills. So I think for me, with my conspiracy hat on, I think this is a way of gatekeeping and keeping the reasonable voices off platform. That's just me. I might be wrong, but this doesn't pass the smell test. For 2 years in a row, last August, they made an update that essentially tanked a lot of channels. This August, they're announcing another update that isn't helping anyone. And they're going to say that it's because they're trying to stop AI slop from overtaking the platform. But I don't believe it. It's
No,
all
I could tell you
it's all about
exactly what it
control.
is. Yeah, what it is believe it or not, YouTube is not wanting to pay anybody. They just want the stuff to be for free, right?
What are you doing?
So that way
Dad?
they gain more money off of the content.
What are you
It's
doing,
the
Dad?
exact same.
What are you doing?
All right, go play. Yeah. This is why we do this, guys, for our kids. So we need to pay attention to them when they show up because they are very important. Yeah, let's keep going. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. So okay, so what YouTube is trying to do is they are going to stop paying people entirely. They just want to be able to collect the revenue and stop paying out.
Yeah.
They don't care about content creators. They don't care about anything like that. All they care about is the money coming in. It's the new corporate overhaul.
Yeah.
It was the exact same thing that happened with Twitch. Whenever I was streaming, I was doing YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Well, it got to a point where Twitch started kicking like all of the biggest influencers on there off
Yeah.
of the platform for no reason. Stop paying them. Then they updated their payout terms or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they was going to be taking like 75% of what you earned from their platform.
75%.
Yes, 75%.
Oh,
Not only
man.
that, they made it incredibly difficult to even get to a partnership with them, because that's what it was with Twitch, was you had to
Yeah.
become a partner. And yeah, they made it incredibly difficult. And a lot of the creators, including myself, started streaming on Kick, right? It was another
Yeah.
gaming platform. And I kid you not, Twitch then came out and says, if you are a partner or streaming on our site, you cannot stream anywhere else. And if you were caught, your account would be permanently deleted.
Well, how's that working out for them? Because Asmund Gold streams on both Kick and Twitch.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it, but it's in their terms of service. So anytime they could be like, never mind, you're not getting paid.
Well,
You violated our terms of service, you're not getting paid.
Well, that's all well and good, but you see, like that, it's stuff like this that's happening right in front of our eyes that gets me, I'll use the word paranoid. And that's why I keep talking about, hey, okay, let's do the Discord. Let's get as many people on the Discord as possible, because I'll be honest, okay, it's like you don't feel welcome on any of these platforms anymore. Like you don't feel welcome. And I think that eventually, like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just me, just feeling like I've been hard done by the algorithm. But do we have to line up with the insane calibrations of the algorithm for us to succeed on this platform? One example is this. Okay, so sorry, I'm going to read this message by Intergalactic Wrangler because he's adding to the conversation. I think YouTube will fall and something new will take its place.
It's already there.
Well, you see, the problem with this premise is this, okay? The fall of YouTube is tied directly with whether they run out of funding. Okay, now when you say YouTube will fall, it can only fall when there is another platform that is ready to take its place. Rumble.
Oh, no, it's not just that. It's not just that. The way that I picture it, think about it like this. What was before Facebook?
MySpace.
MySpace had it all. You could go on there, you could
Yeah.
code your own profile, everything like that. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. Once they took that away, people moved over to Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
And then Snapchat came into place, then Instagram, right?
Yeah.
It literally started, it took the whole, right? And started piecing it out little by little. So Intergalactic's not wrong. But what's going to happen is YouTube is going to become irrelevant, just like MySpace, because MySpace is still there. It's just become irrelevant. Because what's the next thing that's possibly going to happen is there's going to be other platforms, but they're going to be split by ideology, which is already going on. You've got the what the heck was it for the left? Blue something?
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, right? And
Yeah.
what for the right? Truth Social.
Yeah.
You got X that's still there, but X is like that weird kid that's sitting on a fence just all right. But with True Social and Blue Sky, you have a difference of opinion, right?
Yeah.
So you'll go on Blue Sky and rant about the Republicans, say all kinds of weird stuff. But if one of us went on Blue Sky and said anything against the Democrats, we'll probably be kicked out of there and flashed.
Yeah.
No time flash, right?
Yeah.
But on True Social, it's not that way, right? If the only time that a liberal or anybody would get kicked off of it is if it was something of a threatening manner or a very disgusting manner.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's a safety issue at that point. Whereas on Blue Sky, it doesn't matter, right? So it's going to be one with and without restrictions if you lean a certain way, and this one's going to have freedom but with restrictions on safety.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, it used to be that centerpiece, right? I mean, think about it. Whenever YouTube came out, we didn't have ads. We didn't. We could literally sit there with the screen up and allow it to load all the way so we could watch it in its entirety. You can't even do that anymore. And well, the liberals have took over YouTube, so now it's fracturing off. People just went to Twitch. Twitch started doing its thing with trying to cut people off. Then go over to Kick. Kick's not that popular. I tried it myself. It's really not that popular. The reason why people go back to YouTube and all that is because it's the nostalgia point. It's been here for a while. The problem is YouTube is not a monument made of stone. They're destroying it in its digital era. They're chasing people off that could make it better. Like I was gonna say with the invasion of Israel, right? I can't remember exactly what the date was. Those videos were on YouTube for a while. I was watching people get all right. That shouldn't have been on there. They should have been able to flag that at quick, fast, and a heartbeat. They didn't. Why? Because they wanted people to see it. My camera is acting up. Hello.
well, I can see. Well, you're moving. You're moving. We can see you. Let's know in the chat if his camera is working well.
I have to be really, really still.
Yeah, maybe you have to check the frame rate. Maybe the settings are acting out. You know,
do that.
Yeah, well, it's fine. So,
but yeah, it's that exact thing. What it's going to do is it's going to become non-essential anymore. It's going to be moving over. People are going to still try and use it, but it's not going to.
But I'm still struggling because the principle remains that there has to be a replacement. There has to be a strong enough replacement for YouTube, and right now I don't see a strong enough replacement. I see Rumble is like the vocal replacement. Now we talk about Twitch, Kick. We are currently live streaming as we speak on Rumble, on Kick, on Twitch, and on YouTube. we get more of our viewers from YouTube. And right now, I'm looking at the metrics. I might be wrong, but there's zero views on Rumble because the discovery mechanism on Rumble is really bad. Like, it's really bad. You can have content that does really well on YouTube, put it on Rumble, nobody sees it. On Kick, right now, I have one person, I can see one person watching on Kick, but many times I suspect that that's a bot. Okay, so that's a bot count, because that one person who's been watching every single time we go live never jumps in the chat. And one of the things that I did was, early on, whenever I went live on Kick, the chat will be flooded with bots, in advertising, services for growing our viewership on Kick, and the same on Twitch. So what I did was I blocked all those accounts, and once I did, radio silence, there's nothing. So every time I go live, there's this random one account that shows up on Kick. Every single time I go live is the first thing that lights up that one person is watching on Kick. That's a bot. On Twitch, I killed all the bots, so nobody's watching. It's zero. So the only platform that's really doing discovery properly is YouTube. So my challenge is, what's the alternative to YouTube if everything else sucks? It's just a question. And
There's
until
I
there's
think
nothing out
there's
that
there,
like that
really.
strong,
one. There's like, isn't there like Truth Social and stuff? I don't know if
oh
they
Who
no,
was
do
just
True
playing with
videos
it?
like
Social.
this.
Well,
I
True
don't.
Social
I've never looked
doesn't
at it,
live
so I don't
stream.
know. Okay, yeah, I was like,
No,
I've never
yeah,
looked at it, so I don't have social media, so that's why I have no idea.
yeah. True Social was Trump's answer to Twitter when they banned him off of Twitter and Facebook. So True Social was launched to kind of give him a platform to say the things he needed to say. And people expected him to abandon True Social when Elon bought X and lifted the ban on his account. But look, once bitten, twice shy. Once we've seen what they're capable of doing, we learn from it. We don't hand our autonomy to someone else who has proven again and again that they
Once
can't be
trust is
trusted.
broken, once trust is broken, it is so hard to repair.
Yeah. So personally, I would love to trust YouTube, but I don't trust YouTube. Sorry, and I know Gemini is listening right now. That's why we have just a small handful of viewers on the channel right now, because they don't like my channel. I don't know why.
And you don't have the money to back it.
Look, I look right now. I'm way past caring. Right now, I'm like way past caring. I was looking at my my main channel last week. One of the videos, one of my Trump videos, was resurging, and literally, I think last week must have gotten over 90,000 views last week. I was looking at the numbers, and I was bored. Like it gets to the point where James, no, go play with it. Okay, go, bye. There was a point in my journey with YouTube where this thing affected me. It bothered me. It was a big problem. I was seriously affected when the numbers would go up or down. And then I think right now I'm cured from that insanity where your mood is affected by whether your videos do well or don't do well. And I think it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. And I saw the numbers going up and down, and I was over it. And I think that's where we all have to be, where we're over the manipulation of the social media algorithms. Where we're over it and we just move on. Hickox, is that one of your old videos?
It is. I brought this up because this was the live stream. I kid you not, as you can see, I was playing RuneScape in the background whenever I got the notification, right? So I was actively streaming whenever what? Oh, you need drink. Hold on one second.
guys, we're parents, okay? We're parents. So whenever stuff like this happens, my son has been trying to get me to fly his drone. He comes over to give me his controller to fly the drone, and I'm like, I'm working, you know.
Yeah,
And
and I'm dealing with new company transition BS and EMS life, and look, that's why you see my feed might be cutting in and out because I'm sitting here having to text back and forth with bosses and stuff who are now retaliating because I refuse to sign illegal documents.
they're retaliating.
Yeah, they've taken me off the schedule.
Are you kidding?
Oh, that's a lawsuit right there.
Yeah,
Oh no,
they've taken. They
as
took
long
me
as
off
there's
my Thursday schedule.
as long as there's a paper trail, look,
Yeah.
And plus, you just let the regional know. So,
Oh yeah, it's about to be a big dealio for them.
oh.
Yeah. So sorry if I keep jumping in and out, but yeah, I'm having to.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's totally fine. Look, it's time. I think, when YouTube talks about authentic content, I think this is what authentic content is. Okay, people don't walk around with makeup. People don't walk around, all prim and proper. The world is full of children. And occasionally, if children don't bump into the live stream, into the feed, if children don't show up, okay, it means that the society is dying, that the world is dying. And social media has been full of these sterile presentations of what life is meant to be like. Okay, you're in a studio, there's no sound, life isn't happening. I think I like what we're doing with just letting life get into the picture. Let life get into the picture and let everyone know you're also dealing with life.
Everybody works. They've got, responsibilities and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with just a whole bunch of nonsense. So yeah, it's
if
a
you're
lot of fun.
watching and if you're watching and you're going through something, you can put it in the chat if you want. Like, look, we're hanging out and we're just talking. That's what we're doing today. We're sharing our screens and our lives with you and our thoughts. So and did I share the call-in link? Yeah, the call-in link is in the chat if you feel like chiming into some of the things that we're talking about. Yeah, so Chris, you can go ahead.
So yeah, as you can see, I was actually streaming. I actually had to stop my stream and restream because of what this turned into be. And what it was is this is whenever I had one of my hold on one second, let me
Oh, I remember that was the stream where you were sitting there, you were just chit-chatting with people going playing like RuneScape and stuff like that. And I think the COVID shot or something came up for like 30 seconds in the entire like 5-hour stream. 30 seconds of an entire 5-hour stream, and they banned his account. They like shadow banned him. He got flagged and the video got taken down.
Yeah. And it says here, so I was trying to figure out what was going on because as you can see, this thing was black, right? It would not allow me to actually view what they considered was against terms of service.
Yeah.
But it says YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation about currently administered vaccines and that are approved and confirmed to be safe and effective by local health authorities and by the World Health Organization. So I had to stop the stream, and I kid you not. So whenever I was playing, this was actually my but this was my legacy account, and I just recently retired it. It's been going on for a while, and I had fun with it. But whenever I got this, I was in while I was playing, I was actually in my clan's chat telling them what's going on. I'm like, guys, I just got tagged on YouTube. And they're like, what? And I said, yeah, one of my videos got taken down, one of my live streams. They're like, "Are you serious? What did you do?" I said, "I don't know. It's not telling me." And then I find this, and I'm like, "Are you?" An 8-hour stream, and they pulled me for a 5-minute chat. Are you kidding me? And I wanted to show another part that was really let me see, where was it?
It seems like a thunderstorm going on.
Oh yeah, and whenever I actually got it to work, it would not show me what part was actually flagged for it. They
Yeah.
put my entire stream up, the whole 8 hours and 38 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, they don't tell you what you did wrong. They don't tell you what you did wrong. The point is you're being punished. It's conditioning. Okay? It's conditioning.
Nice chain.
Okay. Yeah, they're punishing you for, speaking out or doing anything. And that's exactly what I'm dealing with right now with my new company that I'm working at.
Yeah.
They're trying to
Yeah.
condition me to sign fraudulent
Alright.
documents that affect my EMS license, that affect patient care and billing and a whole bunch of other stuff,
there it
and
is.
basically commit fraud. So yeah.
So
Crazy.
this part, as you can see, it says this was whenever I was trying to appeal it, right? It says
Yeah.
get started, look at your content, take action. I kid you not, and again, this is for medical misinformation, right, everybody? It says take a policy training. Your warning will expire in 90 days to keep our community safe. Your content won't be put back on YouTube. It says take training. Complete a short training, 7 questions. If you violate this policy again within 90 days, you'll get a strike. If you violate a different policy, you'll get a warning. You can decide to appeal later. It wouldn't even allow me to appeal. It said, it's basically saying you have to do the training. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So whenever
That's like
I
those
wait,
forced corporate sensitivity trainings and BS.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. And it wasn't until
Hi,
get
Lynn. Sorry.
I was holding back because I've
go
been
ahead.
wanting to. Yeah, so I've been wanting to say that she wasn't going to be able to join because she has some technical difficulties and everything, and we've been talking, and now she made it back into the stream. I'm like, okay, so yeah, it's good to see you in the chat. Yeah, so
But yeah,
everything we're saying. Oh, she's sitting in the car chat. That's commitment. That is some commitment.
Yeah.
That is some commitment. Thank you so much for
Ooh,
doing
no
that.
power. That sucks.
No problem. Oh, jeez. Sorry
got
about
the
that.
storm knockout.
She said there was a fire. She sent me. She actually sent me that. She said a telephone pole caught fire at the school. So
I was gonna say, you in Washington?
No, she's in Texas. She's in Texas.
Oh God, yeah. So it's way too hot in the house. Yeah. I've lived in Texas, and man, without any type of power, you might as well just be sitting in the oven. No.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Oh boy.
Well, I'll be praying that your power comes back soon, because Lord knows you need it.
Oh, it has to. You know,
just because y'all said Lynn's from Texas, I want to play that one scene from Full Metal Jacket, but I'm not going to.
She says they have to get a new pole put in. Okay, that might take a while unless they're going to be working on it tonight.
It should be an emergency service.
Yes, it should, because you can't have. Yeah, it should be. What subject are we covering tonight? We are chit-chatting. And it's all Chris's fault. I'm going to throw him under the bus.
It's just like pre-chats. We're talking about, just different things, different policies. Or before we were talking about how like BBC is fining people and threatening to throw them in jail because they're not renewing TV licenses. How
Gotta
like
love that name.
YouTube videos are getting pulled and banned because of like 5 minutes worth of saying something controversial against what the mass
Yeah.
public is
Yeah.
saying is applicable. So we're just kind of talking about everything and anything.
Yeah, well. I was going to say that I was going to add to what I was saying. It's conditioning. Okay, when you have platforms like social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook, terminating accounts or suppressing accounts or putting you in Facebook jail, and they don't tell
Or
you
blocking
why.
blocking information so you can't
Yes,
find it,
or
because Google does that. Google is ran by a very liberal segment, and Google does that because you can search something on Google and it won't pull it up, but for a fact that it is facts, but it's controversy or controversial or counterproductive to the narrative, and so like Google and
You wanna
stuff will
say hi?
literally block you from being able
Come
to
here.
find it.
Come here.
right after
Get over
after
here.
the assassination attempt
Come
on
here.
July 16th,
Oh,
2024.
that's our oldest. It's Biff.
Hey,
That's
Wave.
Elizabeth.
Wave.
They're
Wave.
saying
Shy
hi.
butt. She's embarrassed now. She ran away.
no, look, guys. I mean, we shouldn't be ashamed of having kids. We shouldn't be ashamed of having the sound of family in the background. Like, I think that sterile.
Oh, Intergalactic said hi to
Intergalactic says
Elizabeth.
hi to Elizabeth. That sterile influencer picture, I think it's dead.
The
I think it's
sterilization
dead.
of life. The sterilization
Yeah.
of life.
They
Because I
said
mean, like
hi.
right now, you see me. I'm sitting outside. Look, there's our shelf with all of our
Yeah.
random tools
Yeah.
and nonsense and everything like that.
Yeah.
This is life. Okay, let's be real. My
Yeah.
garage, my carport's not clean because it's
Yeah.
life. All right.
That's my fault. I collect too much junk.
One time, my room wasn't clean, and I happened to say it on stream. An intergalactic wrangler told me to go clean my room, and I had to clean my room. And the next day, I came live. I said, "I cleaned my room, Daddy. It's clean. It's clean." Like,
I was gonna say, listen, chat. The only reason this is up right now is because I got things in the background that YouTube doesn't like. All right, I live in the South.
They identify as hole punches. Okay.
Yeah.
They self-identify as a hole punch.
Yeah.
One that makes a very large hole, and another one that does a long-range hole. Okay.
Yeah, and YouTube
and
doesn't
Intergalactic. If you want to tell anybody to clean up this mess behind me, go ahead and tell Hickox that he needs to clean our carport, because I've been telling him to do that for a few days, weeks actually.
I need a cup of coffee.
Intergalactic Wrangler says, "I like that hole punch."
It's self-identified. Since everybody can self-identify as whatever.
Oh boy. YouTube wants us to be sterile. The leftists want us to be sterile. They want everything to be a certain way. They want to take the nuance out of life and our experiences, and they're ashamed of old age.
Yeah.
And they're ashamed of children. If you're
they're
getting
also
old,
ashamed of like non-traditional beauty standards.
Exactly.
Like me. Okay, I'm fluffy. Okay, I'm fluffy. I know I'm fluffy. All right. Okay, I'm not ashamed of my fluffy. That I'm supposed to be ashamed of that because I've got some extra weight. I'm not that size, 620-pound kind of person. All right. So yeah, they want to sterilize it all. We're all supposed to be little clones. Sheeple. We're supposed to be sheeple.
Yeah. And if you don't line up, they put you on timeout. And then they don't tell you why they put you on timeout. And then they get you to take those courses on how to behave. Okay? In China, it's called what do they call it in China? It's called cultural re-education or something.
Yes,
Re-education camps.
It's also
They
it
sent
goes
you
in with our cultural enrichment. It goes with
exactly.
our enrichment.
Exactly. So they send you to re-education camp. Do you have? I've never taken any of those courses. All right, but it's more like, do you have a funny way of looking at the LGBTQ community? Yes or no? And you have to say, you have to answer all the right answers, and they say, okay, congratulations, you finished the
That's
course,
when
and you may now
so
continue
see, like
streaming
that's
on our
like because
platform.
EMS, I have to take some of those courses just because I mean it's the nature of the beast in which I work in. It's the same thing like with corporate where you have to go to those sexual harassment seminars and all those kind of bull crap. So I
Yeah.
mean, like I'm not even joking. I had to take like a psychology evaluation to work in EMS to basically see if I'm mentally stable enough to work in EMS. Honestly, I'm going to tell everybody if I were mentally stable, I would not be working in EMS. Okay, nobody would be working in EMS. Okay, you got to be a little
Oh
off
boy.
kilter to do this job.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
And so, like, I'm sitting there answering these questions, and it's like asking these really weird things. And you're like, if you saw $1 million on the road, would you pick it up and keep it? Yeah, damn right I would. Okay, because I'm not an idiot. But I have
But
to
you have to.
answer, no, of course not. I would take it to the proper authorities and let them. No, no, I would not.
Oh my
I was gonna
goodness.
say I tried some of those tests online to be like, how racist are you, right? And I would answer legit, and I'm like, it's like it literally threw up a warning flag, like, get off of the site. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's over there. No, see, because you're a toxic white man, you must be in the Klan. Oh, you're a Southern toxic white male. So you're in the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, you're out there lynching people and dragging them behind your truck, even though it's my truck.
you're an Mud Eater is mine. You have a what is it,
Jolene.
Darlene?
Jolene.
Jolene.
So we
Jolene.
name our vehicles. We name our vehicles, by the way. It's just kind of a little thing that it's a tradition in my family. Our vehicles all get
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
So our blue Dodge Durango is named Mud Eater because you can put that sucker in like any mud pit and she just drives through it like it's on pavement.
No, she got the name Mud Eater because she was only running on half cylinders
Yeah,
and
and drove through it like
locked
it
in
was
full wheel.
nothing.
No. She was locked into full wheel drive as well. She didn't even have 2-wheel drive. All she had was full wheel drive. All right.
Yeah,
All she did was spin mud when we first got her.
yeah. And then my car is red. It's red. So her name is Jolene, like the Dolly Parton song Jolene, because
Yeah.
she's a redhead. My
Yeah.
car can be a redheaded little biznitch and
Mm-hmm.
irritate the holy bejesus out of you. And so she's Jolene, because Jolene's a redheaded biznitch.
Yeah, she her car's got a temperament. I'll tell you that one. And she's that car's worse than my wife. I'll tell you that one.
Because it's my car. I have no problems with her, but it's my car. So yeah. So yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've taken those little tests and like you totally have to lie your butt off on all of those little like policy tests and ethics tests kind of thing. And I was like, I'm not an unethical person.
Yeah.
I'm a human being. Okay, if I see a free and clear $1 million sitting on the side of the road in a garbage bag or something like that, okay, yeah, I'm taking it. All right. I know how to be logical enough about this and spend small amounts at a time and keep it not in the bank. It's listen, there's a whole plan involved in that for that entirely unlikely scenario. But you have to
Well,
sit there and answer. You're like, no, I would never do that. No, I'm not
see,
about to steal patient stuff, but like, yeah.
yeah. Well, so maybe we're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and this live stream is gonna just be 4 views because YouTube doesn't like the fact that we're basically just talking and being authentic. And then the next thing is like, why is our video not doing so well?
Well, I mean, they like people talking in mass. So hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Intergalactic saved the train with the 2 old people in it or the baby tied to the tracks. Exactly. That's exactly the nonsense. Okay, first of all, in that scenario, I'm saving the baby because the old people have lived their lives, and that's what old people do is they die, and that's not being cruel. That's literally just facts of life. Old people die. Okay, so I'm
Well,
definitely saving the baby.
well, baby, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely saving the baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Um.
even said that I had that happen last night. I had a patient that passed away last night,
Oh.
due to a medical condition and everything like that. He wound up passing.
Mm,
And I'm sitting there talking with the medical, like the nurses and everything like that. And we all understand that that's just a part of life. The
yeah.
gentleman was like 85 years old with a bunch of
Wow.
different hosts of reactions and problems and stuff like that. So, I mean, we were like, that's kind of what happens, people die. That's just is what it is. Now, I feel
Yeah.
bad for like when they're, younger people, 18, kids,
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
30s and down, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I genuinely feel bad for them. And like, it is sad when people die, but I'm like, it's kind of just the rules of nature.
Yeah.
And I don't hate old people. Old people are like my favorite patients because old people tell you the funniest stories, and then the dementia ones are even better because you get the most off the wall things.
Unfiltered.
Yeah. Oh, I had one dude that was I was sitting there, we were trying to transport him, and he had dementia and had put too many of his fentanyl patches on him, so he was high as a kite. And so we're sitting there watching this man drive his little electric scooter around the island in his living or in his kitchen for like 15 minutes before we finally get him to stop. And then he's sitting there yelling that he wants his Tang, his orange drink, his Tang. And then his brother goes, "Oh, yeah, I'll be your house inward." And I'm like, "Oh my God, dude, what the hell?" And then we finally get this dude on the stretcher, and he wants to play with the rope that he has. It's an imaginary rope, mind you. There's no rope involved. There's not rope. But me
Yeah.
and my partner were like, "Yeah, dude, you totally rock. Play with that rope. Twist it tight. I don't care." We're going along with it because that's how you get that stuff done. Tell me why this man's brother, that is not one of our patients, snatches his imaginary rope from him. I was like, "Do you need to ride with us too? Because there's not a rope there, buddy." So like that's why I love old people, because they give you those calls where you're just like, "Yeah, there's totally some purple elephants in the back of my truck with us." Absolutely. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I love those ones.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. We've talked about the BBC. We've talked about re-education camps. We've talked about YouTube.
Control
We've talked
or
about
force control.
the
Enrichment.
EMS. We've talked about control.
Life unfiltered.
Look, what else? Like
Chris over there playing whiteface. He's a racist.
I'm just well. Intergalactic already beat you to it.
Yeah.
I think us being able to sit and unashamedly talk about things is important. It's important to look in the face of the consequences that they want us to fear, like, because I'm looking at this and I'm like I told Chris and I told you guys, I said I've always wanted to just do a live stream where we just talk and not just be, not just feed the algorithm. I know that most of you,
Unscripted,
yeah, unscripted. I know that most of you clicked on the live stream because there's a topic that I was talking about that mattered to you. You saw that and then you clicked and then you met me. There are lots of people that will click into this live stream and it's like a black man and two white people from the South talking. Nah.
right?
Like this, like they're literally people who are going to see that and they're like, and do you know what? I understand why, because people are busy. People have things they need to do. People don't have the bandwidth to add more baggage, okay, because they already have people that they trust and listen to. And having these random people show up in their feed with one or two people viewing the live stream isn't attractive. It's not sexy. And I get it. So sometimes there's pressure to try and be the thing that might keep them on the live stream,
Yeah.
which we tend to do, and we try to respect people's time. But I think that another part of this experience has to be bringing authenticity and truth into the experience, where people feel like they're literally sitting in the room with us, and they don't feel like their life is inferior to ours.
Yeah, and I think it's also it's the human connection of things. Because let's face it, everybody's online nowadays. When are you out actually interacting with other human beings? Okay, outside of work and my people at my house, okay, I don't interact with people. I don't go hang out and chit chat and talk with people. This is me sitting out, hanging out, talking to people that I don't work with, that aren't patients, or that I'm not related or married to.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that's kind of where I like these type of things, because it does bring back that human interaction, that human connection. Because that's where I think a lot of these problems are coming from, because that's where you're getting your control and all of these things that are forcing all of these issues that we're seeing, because we've broken down the human aspect of humanity. We've taken away the connection, the tribes, the it takes a village kind of situation. We've broken down the core families, the core tribes, the towns, the villages, and things like that. We've broken all of those down.
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be more of these where you're bringing people back, so that way you can kind of have those things. And intergalactic, I 100%, it's not always a bad thing to not talk to everybody. And it's not always good, but it's also not always bad. So,
well, as long as you have your people, I think it's all about identifying your people, and for your people to be available to you when you need them to be. And that's why we set up the Discord, okay? Because sometimes I wake up in the morning, like this morning, I was driving my kids, my daughter to day camp and my youngest to daycare. And Chris sends me a message out of the blues. Why don't we just have a chat today instead of doing the news and everything? And I'm like, and I'm behind the wheels. I haven't moved the car yet. I'm like, so like Chris is in my space, okay, and like we've connected. He can interrupt my day by sending me a message. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I'm outside and there's bugs. There's bugs.
Sorry.
There's mosquitoes and moths. So
sorry.
Don't mind me spazzing out over here.
No problem. So like we get to connect at that level. Now, it's good to have the human contact, the physical in-person contact, and I would recommend that if you can have that interaction, if you have the ability to have that interaction, please get it, treasure it, nurture it. They have to be people you love and people who love being around you. Okay, that's important. But in this day and age, I find that it has become increasingly difficult to have that human face-to-face engagement, because everybody's busy, everybody's working, everybody like you're working, the wife is working, the dog is working, everyone is working.
Yeah.
My oldest is working. He just got back from summer camp. He's been working. Everyone is working. And when do you have time to just pick up the car keys and drive downtown to hang out with friends? Never. So sometimes
it's ridiculously expensive. Let's be real.
Yes.
Okay, that is financially irresponsible. I'm not doing that.
I was gonna say, my wife hates it about me, but I'm a hermit. I absolutely love staying at the house and staying with my family, right?
Yeah.
Going into town, I'm just like, when can we go home? Because I hate people. Now, get this, right? if I go into town, I hate being around people. But if we go out to the beach and I'm fishing and there's other fishermen there, yeah, I'm gonna go talk with them because we're doing something that we both like. So,
Yeah.
but out in nah, I don't want to be around a bunch of crazies up there. I'm tired of it. I want to go home.
I feel the same way most of the time. Like I just want to go home, and
Oh no, they took me to
I
the
pay for that. That's what I pay for. I pay to be able to sit in an air-conditioned house with people that I genuinely like most of the time.
Yeah.
And eat
I
my
love the way
food.
that you phrased that.
I genuinely love every single person that lives in my house, but I don't like them. Let's be real. Okay.
Get over here, you little shit.
But what you were saying though with like hanging out with people and like making friends with people that you've never met in person.
Yeah.
Chris and I, we have friends that we made on PlayStation Online. We have been friends with them for like 7 years now. To the point that, when some of us, like one of us was in need of something or anything like that, the entire group went and automatically they were all just like, oh, we're helping. We're getting this situated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like those people are genuine friends, and I have never met them face to face. My dad has friends the same way that he made on PlayStation Online. They have literally traveled cross country to go hang out with each other.
Look at
They
that.
traveled across the sea. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he had a
they came
friend
from
that flew.
Ireland or
There was one of his friends that came from Ireland for a visit to the United States and stopped in Georgia specifically to see my dad. And then, that's, things like that where they have literally, one of his buddies that he plays Sniper Elite, it's a PlayStation game, plays that shooting game with, is having a birthday party this weekend for his wife. My dad and my mom are going.
Wow.
So, I mean, like, it's things like that. You can definitely see it, even Intergalactics. Yeah, before PlayStation decided to do its whole stupid thing. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you can have genuine friendships with these people you've never met outside of a video game.
Yeah, let me put it
Intergalactic.
like this. One of our buddies, when we first started playing, right? He told us that he wouldn't be able to play anymore because his I think he ended up breaking his TV or whatnot by mistake.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh heck no, you're not going without a TV. We sent him the money to get a new TV.
We bought him a new
And
TV.
this was right before he shipped out to the military. We
Oh,
haven't heard from
wow.
him in quite some time. So
Oh wow.
I'm hoping he's doing well. But we had a recent issue not too long ago where we was needing money for a family member, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't
I
have
can
it on
tell the
hand.
story of what happened. I'll tell you the story that
All
happened.
right.
My mom got falsely arrested for felony fraud charges because my sister, who was into drugs, stole somebody's credit card and paid one of my mom's bills to cover her rent. My sister paid it to cover her own rent that she owed my mom. My mom got flagged for it when that guy came up, and she got arrested under felony charges. So we had to figure out bail money to do this. All over this. My happy story ending. They did do their investigations and all the charges got dropped against her. So, cool on that part. But like our friends on PlayStation were literally helping us come up with like $2,500 to
Yeah,
cover bail.
I went on to friends. I'm like, hey guys, we need help, and y'all know I never ask, but this is a legit thing. And one of my buddies, he literally, as soon as he saw that, he flipped onto the chat. I jumped in with him. He's like, what's going on? I told him the exact same thing. He's like, how much you need? I said about this. He says, give me about 20 minutes. Well, by that time, they had already found somebody to get my mother-in-law, her mother, out of jail. And I called him back. He's like, well, damn, I just got the money too. I'm like, I appreciate it, but I was trying to stop from having to go to a bail bondsman, but they were a lot quicker than you were.
And
But
Lynn, it is funny when you
you've got
take power
friends
out,
like
you see a
that,
lot of people.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you got friends like that, even nowadays, we don't play the same games anymore. But we'll still pop into the chat, like send a picture of both of us and be like, "Hey, we're still here.
Right. Yeah,
We haven't
I've been
forgot you."
sitting there talking I'm sitting there talking to them about the book that I'm writing and stuff like that, and they're asking questions. None of them are avid readers like I am, but they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's your book about? What are you writing about?" and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's genuine friendships. And like Lynn was saying, she's seen more of her neighbors in the last hour than in the last
Yeah, I was
6
going.
months.
It's crazy. It's crazy that, well, okay, so let's look at the first thing she says. She says she's back. Who knew you needed to lose power in the neighborhood to actually see and talk to your neighbors?
Right?
Um, saw more neighbors in the last hour than the last 6 months. And that's because yeah, people, well, who knows? People are busy, but the heat must have forced everybody outside and they get to talk, they have to talk to you, but on the average, okay, so guys, let me know in the chat, okay? We're talking about how cool it is to kind of create a community online. Like we've moved away from BBC for now, but to create a community of people who see eye to eye with you. Like I'm looking at my space right now, and I have a neighbor. Look, I've talked with you guys more than I've spoken with my neighbor who lives, like, I live in well, I'm not going to describe the building, but I haven't spoken as much as I have with you, with my neighbor, as I have with you guys. All right.
Yeah.
I've spoken more with you, Tracy, than I have with my neighbor. Like, I'm not going to talk about Chris. So you just started coming on the live stream. I've spoken more with you than I have with my neighbor, and we've lived in the same complex for over 2 years, for about 2 years, and it's now the question is it a good thing, or is it just the signs of the age we live in? Because sometimes people are like, okay, it's not healthy to have to not have contact with actual human beings. It's not good. But
So
yeah,
I
go
don't know.
on.
I think it's good. I think it's good and bad because, like Lynn was saying, she's seen more of more in the last hour of her neighbors than in the last 6 months. I mean, I think it is good to know the people around you because, I've had, both on both sides of Chris and I, Hickox and I, we have elderly neighbors. We watch out for them and stuff like that. That's just generally how we are. We also live in a smaller town where you do know more people. So it's not the same as like bigger cities and stuff. But it's, it's one of those things of society nowadays, like I said, is all online. Everything that you do is online. You want to apply for a job. Okay, it's no longer going in and picking up an application and talking to
Yeah.
the people directly. No, you have to Google it and go on their website and find all these things. There's no longer the human element to it. I think that, that's just a sign of the advancements in technology and stuff like that, because technology really is kind of going to kill the human element of a lot of things that we do. But I think that it is also good that you do still at least have some connection with humanity and the people around you. Because,
Yeah.
like, when we had the hurricane down here in Georgia, Hurricane Helene, that trashed a lot of things, like we were talking about the other day. We had regular citizens going out, helping each other, doing a lot of things. My husband and I, we sat there, our freezers were out, so we cooked up a lot of food. We took food to family, we were giving it to neighbors. We were doing all of these things to make sure people were taken care of around us. So I think there is a certain point that you do need to still keep the human element of being alive, of being a human being,
Yeah.
but also still staying with the day and age of we're an online society now. That's why the World Wide Web, everybody's online. So that's where you have to do majority of everything that you want to do. There's no
Yeah.
longer going out to bars, meeting people. Like Intergalactic was saying, he dated a girl from Dark Ages of Camelot, a video game. So you're not meeting people the same way you used to meet people. You're meeting people online.
Yeah.
back when that's when chat rooms started. I don't know who's old enough to remember chat rooms like AOL chat. Yeah, exactly.
I
Um,
was gonna say, I mean, I don't think anybody's had our way to meeting yet, so
yeah, but I mean, like, listen, not everybody meets by pointing guns at each other. Um, that's how he and I actually met. Is I pointed a loaded 9mm at his face.
You did?
Yes, yes, legitimately. That's how we
Okay.
met and actually started talking.
Okay, to be continued. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
But like I was saying though, is that everything's online nowadays. So it's common that you don't know the people around you. You should know the people around you, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. But it's not uncommon that you don't know the people around you because, like I said, everything's online. So you wind up making friends. But it also helps with cultural expansion. Because see, we get to talk to people like Tony in Australia and
Yeah.
you in Canada, us down in the southern United States, and we've talked to people in, Ireland and the UK and all that kind of stuff. So you get to expand your horizons with a lot
Yeah.
of those. So you don't have a lot of the isolated communities when everybody was, you know, do we need to start
Background
checking
checks from
everyone
now
out?
on. Well, I yeah. So when you have people in this group who introduce themselves with a loaded 9mm, you have to question
Okay.
your life choices because
So hold on, because this is actually really funny. So I always like to tell people that he and I met in prison, and I just leave it at that and let their minds wander. Now, he and I were both officers at a state prison, a maximum security state facility. He had quit and came back to reapply, but he was in civilian clothes, and I was the perimeter vehicle, making sure nobody was trying to get in or throw it, like toss stuff over the fences and stuff. I didn't recognize him when he came back because we had only had minor interactions prior to that. And I saw him over at our fabrication shop of the prison I didn't realize he was talking to one of the officers, but all the inmates were around. So all I see is a civilian talking to the inmates that should not be talking to my inmates. So my job was to put a high ready position of my loaded 9mm at said civilian and clarify why the hell they're there and get the heck out. So that's the full story of how it came about, of why he had a 9mm pointed at him, and how we officially started like talking. So,
well,
but
that's
yes,
kind of story. That's kind of story you share at the dinner table. Kids, this is how I met your father.
yes, exactly.
Did you guys watch that series, How I Met Your Mother?
Yes, yes,
I watched a few bits of it.
I enjoyed it, but I hated it.
yes.
It was. Okay. It was. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. It was Blue Balls, the series.
Oh
It was
my God,
like.
yes. Oh my,
It
yeah.
was like. It was like. Is it like? It got to the point where it was like by the time it turned out that, okay, this is your mom, she died, and then I had to go back and marry your aunt. What was the lady's name again?
Robin.
Kobe Smulders character.
Yeah.
I was like,
Either Robin, because then it was like he was basically explaining the whole thing, like retelling his entire life story to his kids, just so he can ask them if he can ask out the dude that was married to their quote unquote uncle, or his really close friend that was referred to. You're like, okay, that is the most bass backwards nonsense of ever.
it was like,
yeah.
By the time Robin and
Yes,
and
we
what's
do
his
need to
name
take jail photos.
got married. Yeah. So in case you don't know, in case you don't know, Tracy, I've been in prison. Like there was this live stream where a bunch of us started telling our own stories about how we wound up in jail. So it turned out that the live stream was full of jailbirds. Essentially, I got picked up by the police. They were patrolling, and they decided to arrest random people in order to make money off the bail that you pay to get out. So that was essentially what happened with me. I think Intergalactic said, "Hey, I've been to jail too," and then someone else said, "I've been to jail." I'm like, "Okay, this is a live stream. This is a live stream." A bunch of convicts.
I went to jail. So I got arrested because my sister and I, when we were younger, we looked a lot alike, and she stole my identity and got busted for shoplifting and gave them my ID. So I wound up with a warrant for my arrest because I did not show up to court for something I had no idea that I quote unquote did. And I went to go purchase a wireless hole punch, and they ran my background. And when I went to go pick up said wireless hole punch, I was greeted with the cops and arrested. So yeah. Yeah.
Intergalactic Ryla says we're a bunch of convicts. Lynn says we need jail photos for everyone's profile pics.
Right. We need mugshots. Mugshots.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Now, for everyone in the chat, who just started heating up, the chat, guys, you need to start talking early. Because we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. You guys should stop forcing us to go over an hour. I'm blaming it on you guys. Hickox, you're trying to share your screen.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to share a photo real quick. Why does it keep doing that? Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps doing that part.
So when he does something really, really stupid, I look at him and I go, "You're pretty." So, yeah, he's pretty. Oh, disgusting.
Zoom in.
No. Oh my God, that is terrible. I hated that freaking uniform. Disgusting.
That uniform was absolutely atrocious.
Oh God, and that is a terrible photo. I'm gonna show a picture of you with like your mouth open, sleeping with like the kid's drool hanging out, kind of crap.
That was. Where did mine
Lynn
go?
says, in all honesty, I did click the button to do the phone call, but I may have to get with you ahead of time to work that out. Okay. Talking with you guys, I think, or me, or?
I think she's saying so that way she can sort it out. Like you might have to have one of us, like somebody actually click the call-in button to see how it works, so that way if somebody's having a problem actually connecting. Because I know when we go to join in, like you have to do a bunch of different little things to actually get it to accept.
Yeah, it's the same link. Like yeah, so the call-in link is essentially the same link that I sent to you guys.
Yeah, and if you don't set up like your microphone and camera or any of that kind of stuff, especially like for me, say I'm doing it through my phone, it gets a little hinky, a little touchy.
Yeah. Okay. So Lynn says help. Okay. So Lynn is on the Discord. So what's going to happen is you guys can connect on the Discord, and then she can talk you through it. We're wrapping up the stream. I'm trying to wrap up the stream, so that's why I'm like, I really want to stay and just talk and just talk.
Lynn, I'll send you the message.
Yeah, okay, so he'll help you with it. But you don't actually have to create a full account when you do the restream. Yeah. You can do assign as a guest. And basically it'll just have you create a little screen name and then hit join as a guest. And it should allow you to do it without creating a whole account.
If you're trying to, now if Lynn is trying to join the stream, I can make an exception and say I'm going to wait, because Lynn joining the stream is like hanging the moon. Lynn is extremely private and I respect it, but that she's literally trying to join the stream. It's Christmas, come early. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to white knuckle this and wait to see if she can do it. Okay. But what, look, do you guys love this version of the live stream where we just sit and hang out, talk, and then talk about the news? Like we literally just talked about the BBC. I had an article lined up, Okay,
That's okay, Lynn.
since
It's
I don't,
better on the
no, you
phone.
can use your phone. Yeah, you can
You
use
can
your
use your
phone.
phone.
Like,
If you go to your
yeah,
Discord, like when you click the link, it'll pop up, and it'll redirect you to like a little the Restream IO website,
yeah.
and you can click join as guest, and it'll give you the option to type in your name and then hit join as guest. And you need to make sure you tell your phone, you tell it that it has access to like your microphone and camera.
Lynn.
What you can try and do is if you do want to join us, try a little bit earlier, like right before like the live stream or something starts,
Yeah.
because we can then do it because we all get together usually at least like 15 minutes before these live streams and just sit there and BS.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and battery low and everything. That's fine. But you know what, Lynn, you want to join the call in? Oh yes, please do it. Yeah. So do you
More
guys?
people.
Yeah. So my
Need a new
Don't worry,
battery.
my phone's plugged up right now too while I'm doing this because otherwise it'd drain my
yeah.
battery.
My question to you guys, Lynn, Intergalactic Wrangler, if you're still here, because I'm looking at the view count and sometimes it's not reliable. Not sure if you're still here. I want you guys to let us know. Do you guys enjoy this version of the live stream where we get to, yeah, we can look at the stories, but we do a lot of talking and we do a lot of, basically laid back conversations concerning the stories that we've looked at, our own thoughts or interpretations of the stories, and how we've seen the impact of those stories kind of
God, that is an ancient phone one. Sorry.
connect to everything else. Like when Chris sent the story on the BBC now threatening British citizens
with fines and
with fines
penal
and
lockup
and
essentially
imprisonment.
jail time for not buying a license they don't need. Immediately I thought of USAID. Why were people in the UK protesting when USAID was being audited by Elon and Doge? Why is it that they hate Elon so much? Why is it that that the EU and other globalist leading countries hate Trump so much? It's because the US taxpayers have been bankrolling most of these things that they do.
If you start that conversation, mind you, it's going to go
into... we're going into a Southern goodbye again.
Tomorrow. Okay, so let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that tomorrow. 30. Let's do that tomorrow because, like, you see, and this is the frustration that I have. Okay, every live stream, just as we're landing the plane, I look to the side and I'm looking at all the stories I haven't talked about.
Or we bring up somebody brings up one topic and then it rolls into another and then another and then another. And then we wind up with a 2.5 hour stream and don't get off of our stream that started at 9 until 11 o'clock at night.
Oh no, look, we're getting there. And with the permission of you guys who are watching and the two Hickoxes, maybe we can begin to think of starting earlier so that we can squeeze in that juice. Just say, hey, if we're going to eventually go up to 2 hours, then maybe we have to start earlier so that we can,
Yeah, don't be like me and doing anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. All right, don't do that. It's not good.
No. We're stopping at 2 hours. So if we start earlier, it's more like we're building momentum, and we know that the hard cutoff is at 2 hours. But I want to try. I've tried for the last 2 weeks to stop the live stream at an hour. It's
and
not
have
working.
Failed miserably every single time.
I have failed so badly. I don't know whether I'm the problem. Okay, I don't know. Intergalactic Wrangler says I'm gonna have to take a squeeze here in a few. Are you talking about going to take a poop? Yeah. Come on, like seriously, is that what you're talking? Let's move on. So, like, I was like,
right,
you know when you're reading the chat,
shut off my end. I gotta go.
See,
No
Love
problem.
you,
I
Okay,
think
guys.
what it is,
No,
though.
hard
Bye.
cut off. No hard cut off. This is not a southern goodbye. Hickoxes,
All I
thank you
was
guys.
saying
It's
is
been
that
fun.
you've got a community, and we like to talk. Okay, that's
No,
all.
no problem. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. If you're watching this after the fact, subscribe, hit the like button, share, and join the Discord. Link in the description of this live stream. Guys, we love you, praying for you, and we'll
Bye.
catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.